University in Buffalo. He has been union president on campus, and in fact, he's currently its grievance officer for the academics. Prior professional positions were held at University College at Berkeley, as well as in France, Germany, Poland, and Switzerland. He's well traveled. He's also widely published. Since 1977, he has been general editor for the annual Research on Political Economy, which addresses economic and political issues from the perspective of the social classes involved. He said he has authored What a Theory of Economic Development. He has edited Frontiers in Econometrics. I think econometrics is his main love. And he has co-edited Essays in Modern Capital Theory. Along with a local colleague at Carleton University here by the name of Ms. Diane Rao, Dr. Zaremka is going to speak to you about the truth of the history of 9/11. At Carleton University here also is Dr. Paul Connor. He retired in May 2006. Now, he was a graduate of Cambridge University and holds a PhD in chemistry from Dartmouth College. Since 1983, he taught chemistry at St. Lawrence University in Canton, New York, where he specialized in environmental chemistry and toxicology. Over the past 24 years, his research on waste management has taken him to 49 states in the US and 52 other countries, another well-traveled gentleman, where he has given over 2,000 pro bono public presentations. Now this one I love. Ralph Nader said of Dr. Paul Connett, he is the only person I know who can make waste interesting. Additionally, Dr. Connett has researched the literature on fluoride's toxicity, and he gave us a little preamble on that a short while ago. And he's been following the fluoridation debate for over 13 years. He helped found the Fluoride Action Network, and he has a website that you can look at on that network. I'm sure he's going to tell you all about it. He has given invited presentations on the dangers of fluoridation to legislative and research bodies in Australia, Canada, including the National Research Council, Germany, Ireland, Israel, Japan, New Zealand, the United Kingdom, and the United States, including the Environmental Protection Agency. This executive director of the Fluoride Action Network will speak to you on the truth about fluoridation.
I think the truth about that day and how I'm going to in some ways do it in a way in which it shows how I came to that conclusion that I did. I want to indicate that in New York City right now there is a vast mobilization of people putting their signatures on a ballot to get on the November election a resolution to establish a new independent, the first basically independent commission on 9/11 in New York City. They've gotten now 80,000 signatures. The city council, which is the lawyer for the city, at first resisted the numbers that they offered, but now they've caved in on that issue. There's still issues that are in the court before we can get it on the ballot, but it's a major mobilization, and it would lead to if it passed in November and got on the ballot, it would lead to a new independent commission investigating 9/11. So having said that, now let me go. I'm going to try and do this kind of quickly because I kind of want you to come in with questions and we'll kind of take it from there. I'm doing it a different way than I've done it elsewhere, so I hope it works out, okay? First of all, I want to say what I do agree with about what the official story is, okay? And this is not trivial. I mean, I think it makes it sound like it's trivial, but it's not. What you have handed out here is the book I edited called The Hidden History of 9/11. It resulted from the fact of a number of us professors communicating with each other and somebody coming up with the idea that we could do an edited book on this topic. And I happened, as Maurice pointed out, I happened to edit the Research in Political Economy. They've never caused me any trouble whatsoever about anything I put in the issue over 30 years. And I knew they wouldn't, and they didn't do in this particular case. So I was able to offer these faculty members the opportunity of publishing in the journal and knowing that it would be published. That's really important, so you're not writing it and you don't know what's going to happen to it. So anyway, this is the end result. There's some glitches, I mean not glitches, but there's some issues along the way that are no longer important to talk about. I'm proud of every single contribution, and I will note just the last contribution under part 3 is by Diana Rolfe, who's a professor here at social work, and she will be following me and make a few remarks on the same topic. So I'm very happy to have you here, Diana Rolfe. Now, let me go immediately into...
Well, it's actually carried out by something other than the hijackers, and there's a whole alternative universe in which the effects are occurred in a completely different way. Yeah, if we lived in a parallel universe, that would be a very different universe. There's, in our view, not a lot of evidence that that universe is actually connected to this one.
There's actually 2 questions. One about the hijackers, mine was another question. I have a question for you. Yeah, I just wanted to know what the 9/11 Commission didn't deal with any of the hijackers except to name them, but never addressed the question that like up to 11 of them were alive after 9/11, reported by BBC, The Independent, LA Times, and stuff like that. Why didn't you interrogate all that issue of the hijackers being alive after 9/11?
We actually looked into those allegations, and I think if you actually dig into the underlying data underneath the citations you've heard about, there's no there. The hijackers did not survive those consequences. And we know a lot about the hijackers. We've actually, there's quite a bit about them in the report. Not only did we have a lot of information about them from the people who were alive in the wrong issue about it, which we quoted in the Saudi government and others actually talked to their families. And believe me, none of their families have heard from them since 9/11. And none of their families think they're alive. You may have better information than we did, but I think our information is true.
Well, anyway, you didn't report any of it. That's the bottom line. You didn't interrogate that issue. That's the key issue. You just took the list